Happy Sabbath. My name's Krystal Martin, and I will be presenting the Health Nugget today for New Start, focusing on fresh air. So, New Start is an acronym for our 8 laws of health, which include nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, temperance, air, rest, and trust in God. But today I will focus on the importance of fresh air. So, benefits of fresh air. Most people don't realize that when you take a deep breath and you expel the air out of your lungs, you actually have a little bit of reserve in your lungs. So your lungs are never completely empty. So if you take a nice deep breath, you'll be recycling fresh air into your lungs. So clearing out your lungs of that stale air. Also helps to improve your energy and mental focus, lowers your blood pressure and your heart rate. So if you take a deep breath and you hold it, it actually stimulates the carotid barometers in your neck to slow down your heart rate and decrease your blood pressure. The fresh air actually helps to accelerate healing from injuries or illness, and also improves digestion if you're using your diaphragm, which pushes down on your intestines, helps you use the bathroom properly. If you're used to taking really shallow breaths, you can get constipated and have other issues with digestion. But just taking some time to take some deep breaths will help improve your digestion. Also, taking deep breaths, getting fresh air, helps you to relax. So I want you all to focus on one exercise. It's called a deep breathing technique. So if you think of smelling a rose and blowing out a candle. So first thing is relax your neck and shoulders. You can even close your eyes. Put your hand on your stomach. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Hold for about 3 seconds and then relax out through your mouth. So smell a rose and blow out a candle. You want to repeat this 5 to 6 times, just sitting still and quiet, closing your eyes. In moments when you feel stressed, where you feel overwhelmed, or you just kind of need a reset, when you're at your job, sitting at your desk, or at home, doing your Zoom meetings and things like that. If you just take a few seconds to do deep breathing, that'll help relax you and get some fresh air. So fresh air becomes very important during this time of COVID-19. What the researchers are finding is that respiratory droplets spread coronavirus or COVID-19. So when an infected person talks or sneezes or coughs, there's a possibility of spreading COVID-19. So when how fresh air comes to play with this, you want to avoid the 3 C's. So if you can avoid closed spaces, being in tight quarters with people, crowded or close contact with people. If you are in that situation, we do want you to wear a mask. So every situation, you have to go to the grocery store, to a pharmacy, or to your doctor's appointments, you want to wear a mask. If you can, you can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. If you can meet people outside, get outside to exercise, socially distance, get some fresh air, get some sunlight, and exercise. You want to avoid crowded and indoor settings. So if there's going to be, I know the holidays are coming up, people want to get together for Thanksgiving, maybe think of other alternatives. Maybe a virtual Thanksgiving. Not the same, but at least you get to share and fellowship with your family. Open a window. So getting natural ventilation, I know it's kind of getting cold now, but fresh air helps circulate, fresh air into the environment. So when you're inside and you can't get outside, opening a window, getting some fresh air circulating in, what they find is those particles that may have viruses or bacteria in them are flushed out. So you want to increase the natural ventilation into indoors. And also if you're indoors or you're in close contact with people, that would be, less than 6 feet away. If you're not able to maintain that 6 feet of distance, wear a mask. Other safe practices for prevention of COVID-19 washing your hands frequently, or using hand sanitizer with a 60% or more concentration of alcohol in it. Avoiding touching your mouth, nose, and eyes, especially if your hands are dirty. And sometimes we just have a habit of, rubbing our eyes or, itching the side of our nose, but try to avoid touching your face if you can. Socially distance, wear a mask. If you're going to be in an area where things are commonly touched, like an office at work, and there's a computer and people have to keep touching it, make sure that you're using wipes, alcohol wipes, to wipe down and sanitize the area before you start to use them. And know your signs and symptoms of COVID-19. So right now we're in the flu season. So some of those signs and symptoms can be a little confusing. I want to review some of those. So for COVID-19, it may present itself very similar to the flu. The thing that is most common with the flu and COVID-19 is having a cough and a fever. More so with COVID-19, but you can still have a fever with the flu. Feeling short of breath is the thing that kind of sticks out. If you're really feeling like you're struggling to take a deep breath, if you walk up the stairs, or if you're just walking in your house or in your office and you feel like you're really short of breath, it may warrant you getting tested for COVID-19. As you see from this chart, many of the things do overlap. But with the common cold, one of the things that sticks out is a runny nose, sneezing, watery eyes. It's more common with like allergies. So between cold and allergies, if you have runny eyes, runny nose, sneezing, that's more of an allergy symptom. But again, if you have any of these symptoms and you feel like it's not normal for you, so if you don't suffer from allergies and all of a sudden you have runny eyes and you're sneezing a lot, it may warrant you going to your doctor to get tested. So I want to go back to our prevention and safe practices. So know yourself, know the signs and symptoms. If you notice that something is off about the way your body feels, or if you're running a temperature, you want to keep safe and you want to quarantine yourself and reach out to your doctor and see if you need to be tested. So prevention during the flu season: wash your hands, wear a mask, exercise, eat a balanced diet. If you can get some outdoor exercise, get some fresh air, some sunlight, that will, really help. Getting enough sleep. Also, it's time to get vaccinated against the flu. So if your body has protection against the flu, you can avoid a co-infection. That means two infections at once, it happens, COVID-19 and the flu virus. So if we have our antibodies built up to protect against the flu, we can keep our immune system healthy, to not be brought down by the flu or COVID-19. It gives us added protection. Know your symptoms, get tested. If you have symptoms, if you feel different, if you have a fever, you need to ask these questions to yourself every day before you go out, before you go around other people. If you aren't sure, quarantine yourself and call your doctor to receive further instructions. So I just want to leave you with this quote, which I always tend to say is my favorite quote in terms of health. Dear friend, I pray that you may enjoy good health and that you may go well, and that all may go well with you, even as your soul is getting along well. 3 John 1:2. Okay? And I would pray that everyone has a happy Sabbath and enjoy the fresh air.